Yo, what is good, my anime faithful? What is good, yo? Guys, we are getting greatness all around. This week's episode was definitely not expected. I didn't expect to learn so much about our main character. I did expect to have the old man that kind of, showed up in front of him be the one to give us more of the information, but I thought it was hilarious that he kind of just after that moment we see him, he straight up just passes out, and to think about that was actually funny. So he not only did he have the opportunity to learn a whole bunch, but he straight up just passes out and learns nothing instead, besides when he wakes up from being out. So we have that, and not to mention the fact that all of these different entities out there, now we're seeing a guy who can pretty much summon corpses and reanimate them, or at least make them battle yet again, and walk around. So somehow, some way, we're getting some ridiculously powerful people, and somehow, some way, it looks like the person who was capable of kind of coping and taking care of all this was the father or mother of our main character, which I think they may have said it was a girl or a boy. No, yeah, it said how amazing he was. So it was a man who was doing it, and come to find out, I think I guess they passed away or something, because he said how amazing he was, like in past tense. So I think that's one of the other parts of the story that we didn't really learn. The really cool part too was getting the cat as one of the group members. I thought was actually pretty dope, because not only is it nice to just have someone like that around and seemingly help the mood a little bit, but the overall just notion that he was like holding on to that cat for like dear life, like he loved that cat back in the day, and all of a sudden, he didn't even recognize who the cat was, and he was surprised that it was even jumping up and hugging him. So to go from that to um, what they used to be was pretty sad, in the sense of just not knowing how it could have got that way, or maybe just when he was a kid, it was a lot easier for him to be accepting of a little bit of everything. And even though he could tell, he could see and understand, or not, maybe, I don't think he could understand the cat, like talk to it fully, but he could understand, and he could see him and stuff like that without even needing to spray and stuff, which all of a sudden he needed as an adult. So it's almost as if his memories and his innocence of seeing these creatures have been completely reset or something along those lines, which is kind of weird to me. If he's already had a past life in hanging out with these things, so why did it all of a sudden occur to him in the first episode when he first realizes what they are and stuff like that? Why is that the first time, and not um, when he was a kid? He should already be able to see all of these things. None of this should be surprising practically. So I don't know. It's one of those things that once they tell me that, it just it made my eyes go wide. I'm like, wait, he's had a past relationship with these things, and he all of a sudden can't see them now? Like, what does that even mean, So I honestly can't wait to see where his story kind of ends up, because it seems way more unique than I was expecting. And for some reason, it seems like with the proposal between the marriage and stuff with the two, it went over poorly, and the guy got beat up, and the daughter still just ran away and stuff. So it sounds like even after the whole incident was over, they didn't come to a good conclusion, which is up for grab. It seems like it's up for anybody's um, taking. For instance, Like, if they are going to fight, whoever wins that fight is going to probably do something maybe bad to the other people. You know what I mean? So it feels like that is a storyline still waiting to be finished and told, which I think is pretty cool. Including if the narrative of it is actually like well done and stuff like that, I can get behind it. But I don't know. This show went from being this like almost mystery type of show this week anyway. It went to like being like a mystery solving case almost when he come to find out that there's so much that he could have forgotten in his past, and he's looking into all of it, coming to find out that there might have been a whole bunch of relationships that he actually already had and have been kind of destroyed off because of the way he was living his life, or the way that he just kind of was sheltered off all of a sudden from all of these different entities. I'm not sure. That's what I really want to know. Not to mention the guy who actually uses the corpses and attacks this week at the very end. What in the heck was his relationship with the person that he wanted to do this to with? So that's also really up in the air, and I enjoyed that aspect of them at least bringing in his character to um, push the narrative forward. Like they could have easily used the angels, the demons, any of those types of things, but instead they went with classic, like a good classic villain, and it's seemingly going to pay off because I'm already pretty intrigued. Uh, if he's somehow supposed to be able to beat this guy, I'm very interested in how he could do so. I mean, holy crap, this guy seems pretty beast. Not to mention, there was like some weird multi-headed like chicken monster that was like flying around, and one of its heads were cut off, and he was just like riding on the back of it like nothing. Like it was just he was supposed to be there. So it's those types of things that make you very questionable of where these characters are going to be able to go to in the future, and strength wise, just overall narrative of who they're going to be going against in the long term. But to be fair, uh, we haven't seen humans being capable of any type of like real defensive or offensive moves. So it's still in the air to me, like what can they actually do? Like how do they actually fight this? And hopefully we get some answers this week, but I highly doubt they have something so potent in the fighting category that it's going to be intimidating to these people. It's going to be something worth being afraid of for them, which I highly doubt. So, with all that being said, my anime people, I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be when you're watching this. Um, Man, there's a crap ton of anime out, and I've been trying to get as much daily content out as possible, but I think I've dropped a couple shows just because they're mostly for me like watching them, and no one really like talked to me about them or really cared for it to being on the channel. So stuff like that I can watch on my own time and save myself some hassle of putting it on the channel for no one to even care about it. So that is one thing I'm working on now, is just making sure that whenever I'm putting out stuff, you guys enjoy it, and it's still as well something that I enjoy as overall. So I just don't want to have something on here that only it's for me. I'm the only one that's enjoying the content, because then it goes to show that no one's watching it, no one cares. So why continue to do something that I can do by myself and enjoy, instead of just putting it out there? So with that being said, I will definitely talk to you guys tomorrow. Always some content out there to be put out on the channel for your boy. So hopefully I will talk to some of you guys soon. And for all the people that I are just dropping by for this video, thank you for watching. And I hope that I can get your attention another time or just when this next episode comes out, episode 3. So, with all that being said, I will talk to you guys later. All right, peace.